Hello everybody, welcome back. Day 12 still on the free-to-play, soon to be day 13. I'm just tinkering around with my Flame Domain speedrun team. So I've got some really good options for the cold Necro now. So I'm going to see if I can use Hochadir, Usha, and Zarloth as my core team. Zarloth brings a lot of control as well as healing, but more importantly 24% attack aura. Usha just does buttloads of damage. I did get a couple more scrolls for her. Unfortunately, none of them landed in her cooldowns yet. But if I can get 3 more scrolls to finish her, that would be really nice. Hochadir has a really low cooldown on his ultimate. So I want to try to get Usha to match with that cooldown. And he's just going to be doing damage in a somewhat tanky build, and applying frost. And then I've got Garius in here just because I think we need a healer. But if I feel like we can get by without him, then I'm gonna replace him with probably Irina. Just another damage dealer probably. So all of our damage will be coming from cold. So ultimately we're going to be using this, but I don't have the materials to make more of it. So we're just going to do a test run first to see if the idea works, if we can survive the boss. And then what I'm going to do is when I use the food, I'm going to use it and then go to all 3 domains and try to use the food for all 3 of them right quick. Now, I didn't get any frost there with my Hochadir. So already not the best run. We're going on 1 speed just to make sure I maximize all of my rotations. Okay, we got frost that time. And Usha just explodes them when they have frost on. Now we'll save our cooldowns. Okay, we got frost, but we didn't get the defense down. Hopefully it doesn't really matter. We're aiming to be under 2 minutes a run here to get like any decent rewards. And I should probably move Usha to this side so that she gets the shield as well. Okay, that kind of hurt. I'm gonna run that again. So without the cleanse or the attack down, I don't think this is possible. And I'm not sure if it's even worth spending the energy here. Flame Domain. Okay, so low rarity. Okay, we definitely have some room to improve on low rarity. Cold. Alright, I guess it is worth it. We just need to be under like... If we're under 2.5 minutes, we're gonna get some decent rewards. So then what we gotta do I think instead of one of these guys, we need to bring Enna. Maybe just Irina would be good. I'll try Enna first. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I think this is going to work well for two reasons. One, I put her in full skill haste gear, so she gets an extra 40 skill haste. And two, Zarloth has recharging speed penalty on her battle skill, which is going to slow down the boss's move. And I'm hoping it's just enough skill haste and slow. Oh, we didn't get Frost. It doesn't matter. This isn't the real run anyway. I just want to make sure this works first before I invest the food. So with the recharging speed penalty... Okay, so we cleanse. We get some heals. Look at that. When the frost is up and Hochidir gives Usha 30% attack up, plus the defense down there, that was clutch. Okay, so Enna had her move up for both of the first rounds. Yeah, when you get the frost plus defense down plus attack up on Usha, she just destroys this thing. Holy crap. Okay, so that definitely works. The question is, do I need Garius? So I'm going to play around with this a bit, and then I'm going to go check out the Tempest domain with this same team. And I'm going to see if it works there. And then if it does, I can just send it with the food. I'm just going to send it with the food. So I have food on now. I realized I can just go buy the ingredients to make it. It is a little bit pricey, but it's worth it just to be able to do this freely. Come on, give me the buffs. Okay, we got Frost. We didn't get a double crit, though. Recharging speed penalty went on early. I'm going to have to shield the back line. Okay, so this works fine without Garius, I think. We get a decent amount of healing from Zarloth, so works out fine. This time I'm going to save the shield for Usha. She's wearing the music box accessory. So if I shield her right before she ults, she's going to get the bonus damage. Okay, well, she shielded herself as well, so it didn't really matter. All right, so just over 2 minutes. I think that's fine. Oh, 211. What? It's weird how it times that. That should have been 201 based on the clock. Still enough to get first place here. enough for third place here, so I'll take it. We'll roll with that. Now, the next one I'm going to do is lightning. So for lightning, under 2 minutes would be ideal. I don't know if we'll hit it, but we'll try. All I'm going to do for lightning is take her out, put her in, and put Garius. Something like that. We won't have recharging speed penalty. So let me gear this out. Okay, we're in here with the lightning team. So it's going to be the same idea. Usha doing most of the damage. The major difference is we don't have the recharge speed penalty. But we do have a lot more healing, so it's a bit of a safer run. Hopefully we can get all crits here. Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh. Okay, everyone survived. I think we're gonna make it. If we can get... Yeah, nice. Okay. A little bit of a slower run, but we'll take it. I'm not going to mess around too much with this. So this is also a good thing to do now because I need a bunch of crystals for when we get level 100 cap. I don't have the crystals saved for basically anybody yet because I've been using them all on my 16 level 90s. So we got to do a no affinity run now, which means we need to bring at least one fire or poison. So I could put in Horus, or I could put in Hexandra. Who do I think is going to survive better? I'll figure it out. So this is where I come to get the Arctic Cod for the cold damage stuff, and you can get the one for lightning as well. It's just Dragon Series port. Right here. Then you take it all back to your spot. You can cook the Arctic Cod one with beast meat or boar meat. Beast meat is cheaper and more readily available, I think. So yeah, that's the one that I'll cook it with. And because I have high int and archaeologist, we're going to get some extras. And the lightning one, I'll double check. Okay, the one for lightning damage is just the same thing, but with the charge deal. Look at that, I got 3 of them. And that's the reason why most people go archaeologist. And max their int first. Perfect. This is the damage one for poison. It's 2 fly agarics and 2 beast meat as well. So this is the one I use for Sigrid for goblin farming. The meat one, the flaming meatballs, is 2 flaming chili, 1 boar meat, 1 beast meat. And that's just how you get a buttload of food, a buttload of good food for like all damage types. You can do the ones with defense, accuracy, resist, but I hardly ever use them, so I just go for straight for the damage ones. Or this one for your generic damage food, just 3 beast meat. Early on, guys, you're going to get what's called Philosopher Stones. And those are used, the ones you get early are used to upgrade rare gear up to epic. So generally you want to save it for attack chests or crit rate gloves. Because those are really hard to come by early in the game. So I'm just going through to check if I have any good crit rate gloves here. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. See, so that's one. These I could level if I get some Philosopher's Stone. No. Never mind. So this is one reason why it is somewhat worth it to keep some of this, hold on to some of this gear. Like this might be worth leveling up. So we've got two pretty decent pieces I wouldn't mind taking up. One is these crit rate gloves. I think it was these ones, yeah. And then you've got to decide which set you want it to be from. This would probably be a good one. Crit rate plus 10%. But I think more important are these skill haste ones. That's a really tough call, to be honest. Because the skill haste ones you want for progression for boss farming to keep up with the boss's rotation. Yeah, these are going to last me longer, I think. So then they go up to epic. And I'll show you the other one too. I think it was that one. This one's pretty good too. Attack crit rate crit damage or attack crit rate accuracy. Or I could hold on to it for now and just wait until I farm some more gear. I think a crit rate and accuracy would be more beneficial. So this is just how you, it's an easy way to fill out certain gear sets if you have bad luck farming them. And then you just come in here, finish refining. Hopefully roll something good. We rolled resistance. That's pretty good. The more important thing is to save your higher end Philosopher Stones, because those ones are really important. So some of this really good epic gear that you have, mostly crit rate or crit damage gloves or attack percent chests. If you find like really good pieces, this isn't even good enough. Like you want perfect stats, but you hang on to them, and then when you get your really good Philosopher Stones, you can upgrade them to the final legendary tier. So yeah, I just put these on my damage dealer and check it out. Because of using those Philosopher Stones in a good way, I now have like one of the best damage sets that I have on my account so far. So keep an eye out for those, and that's why you would want to save some of your rare gear. Anything with crit rate with like a crit damage or attack sub, or attack percent chest with crit rate, crit damage sub. This is my no affinity run. I had to take Hochadir out to put in the recharging speed penalty because my whole team would just die once the cleanse was off. So this is what we have to do for this one, unfortunately. It's going to be a little bit slower, but not a lot of people go for the no affinity runs. And when they do, it's usually with pretty subpar team comps like mine. So we still have a fighting chance of getting on the board. Come on, cleanse. Perfect. Now, the tricky part is going to be to continue to keep up with the boss. Can we get the defense down? Oh, we're going to miss. Okay. Just barely got the cleanse that time. Once we get more runes, maybe I should have saved the speed runs, because we're about to get negative runes, and you can get more skill haste on those. Oh, see? Painful. So once the cleanse falls out of rotation, we're basically screwed. No affinity. Yeah, see, there's only 2 people in here. So we're guaranteed to get some good rewards if we even just complete a run. 3rd place over here. Same with fire. If I can do it with a 3 fire team. Oh, I'm using Hochadir. So I won't have a low rarity team. I forgot about that. Alright, so we managed to get it done. And how we did it was we started our cleanse early. So we only cleansed the first HP burn on the first round, instead of waiting for both HP burns to come down, and it was just enough for us to squeak a win. 343, nothing special. But hey, we got a 2nd place. I'll take it. So now I'm going to try a low rarity run. Which is basically going to be the same team. Except we're taking out Hexandra and we're going to put in a damage dealer. I think that should be alright. We'll have attack down. I could put in ice to try to get 3 ice affinity, since these guys are our main damage dealers. I'll try it both ways and see which one's better. Alright, I went with the Frost main character. I think because we're using cold damage food, I think I just want to boost the damage of the cold peeps. So I'll show you my strategy for getting through this. Okay, so first we'll get our damage out. We need a shield. We need to wait for Usha to get her shield, if possible. Okay, now she's got extra damage. So We just got the first HP burn. I'm just gonna cleanse this one. And then we won't take quite as much damage as we would have normally. I'm gonna shield these guys. We'll still take some damage, but hopefully not enough to KO us. Come on, Usha, get your shield. All right. And then this time we can wait for both of them and cleanse them both. And then we only need to have the cleanse up for the next rotation, and the boss will be dead by then. Okay, so we can probably auto from here. So that's my low rarity run, 2 minutes 38 seconds. Oh, we were so close. I wonder if it's worth running again. I'm gonna save the team, and I'll come back tomorrow maybe and run it again when I have better gear. But this is what I'm doing today. I'm just gonna go through each of the domains, do exactly what you just saw here, and get at least my name on the board for as many of these speed runs as possible. And you know, hopefully we'll get another stack of 900 to 1200 free gems. How come my no affinity team isn't showing up? I guess it just needs some time to update. I think we'll be fighting the last boss of South Adenthia today. Necrotic damage, random line, knock up. No biggie. Probably be a full auto. I'm just gonna stagger my attack downs. One thing about the storyline, none of these bosses are hard at all. Like, I see people complaining a lot about certain bosses that are coming up in like a week or so, a week or maybe more. But nothing ever, like, none of them have ever given me an issue. We're racing to get max journey level today because the challenge ends tomorrow. And I didn't realize that until afterwards, after the day had already reset. So I was scrambling to get my gear on. So I'm probably not going to come in first, but hopefully we'll be like top 5 or something. Okay, so it'll come down to how fast we can finish this. Because each of these gives journey level. We finished the main quest for the day. I need to clear Grave of Rot stage 5 or above. Okay, so I've got to do Rot 3 more times. Damn, some people have probably already cleared that, so they won't have to do it. So I better hurry down there. I wish I had known about this before. So I'm gonna get three runs done here, and then we'll see. All right, let's check it out. So we can't do that one, obviously, 'cause that'll open tomorrow. So I think this is our max journey level that we can get. Okay, so I think I'm gonna be number 2. If I had just been a little bit more prepared, I could have got number 1. But number 2's good. I'll take it. I spoke too soon. So I know some of these people had already farmed their rot runs. So once they had finished that one part in the quest, they had automatically been able to finish that. So that's why I missed out. Still top 5, better than top 6 to 10. But let that be a lesson to you. If you want to win the journey level rankings, you have to kill Rot Dungeon 8 times over level 5. I'm doing good in the challenge rankings though. But I still need to find more of these to beat. At least one more. Let's get in the first place. So I'm hunting out these challenges that I can do, right? And this one seems nearly impossible to do. Unless you kind of know, like, the trick to it. And the trick is just basically using healing reduction and having enough accuracy. So how much... I don't know exactly how much accuracy I need. Sacred has 220 plus 40 from the Cycle Core Elemental Affinity. I need way more accuracy on Irina. But the other side is you also need a lot of damage. Oh man. But the accuracy is the most important part. Come on, give me some damage. Oh, this is painful. Oh, whoops. Okay, that was bad. I was not paying attention to that. Okay, there we go. Accuracy. Nice, there we go. Whoops. Okay. So now she's got a decent amount of accuracy. I wish I had more refinement crystals for this. Okay, so accuracy. And then the whole trick here is you can put everybody on auto. Except Sigrid, you want her to alt. Like right before Jillian does her ultimate, you get healing reduction on. And then Irina, you want to alt right after to try to strip the increased defense. And then you just let it run in the rotation like this. If you can keep healing reduction up on him for most of the fight, like if I had there's a champion called Letalis who also does healing reduction. If I had him, he would be perfect to slot in instead of Irina. And then you just kind of babysit it to make sure the healing reduction is staying on. Actually, I'm gonna try something. So he's at 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Yeah, the healing reduction won't quite stay on long enough. I was thinking if I put it on right now, I was wondering if it would last for her battle skill as well. And I think I need more accuracy on Irina. So I'm going to let this run and see how it goes. I don't know I doubt we'll be able to kill him in time. Yeah, see, we got him very close. And I think Irina's accuracy is good. So I might try doing this with some damage food. Once you can take him down, she doesn't last nearly as long. It's just he's got so many defensive buffs. So I think I'll try it with some damage food and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. I need maybe if I use like if I were to go not free to play, I could probably do it. I could bring those two. This girl has healing prohibition as well. If I use this guy, then I wouldn't need the healer. It might be an exception I make just to win this chief challenge. I could use him as well. Give myself the 3 fire bonus. Or I could just say it's maybe just out of my league right now and just forget it. We'll see how I feel later. We got this fight here as part of a side quest that a lot of people have problems with. We'll see how it goes with free-to-play champs. When I did this before, I had like Garius and all sorts of other things. So these guys teleport behind you and basically fuck up your backline. So I mean, there's not much we can do about it, so we just have to kind of try to tank through it. I'm probably going to end up taking out a damage dealer or two. Yeah, see? So once they ult again, they're basically just going to one-shot my team. There might be a good way to position for this. Like, if they always teleport to the farthest unit, then couldn't you just do something like this, maybe? Put a tank. If you put a tank on either end, then when they teleport, they're just going to go to either end, right? And it'll give me enough time to get my attack down up. And once I can get attack down up, then I can nuke them. See, that kind of worked, right? And then once there's only a couple of them left. Okay, so who do I have that can tank better than Hexandra? I guess I could put Megan in. Throw on some good food. I'll use this early. I think I liked the way I positioned before better. But I think with the extra damage, yeah. With the extra damage from the food, it's easy. GG. We're going to take our first look at the ancient battlefield. So there's a couple of key things here that you want to make sure you do. The first is bring a buff stripper and an attack down. I only have Irina, so she's going to have to do for now. The second thing is positioning doesn't really matter, but whoever's your furthest person needs to have high resist. Well, doesn't need to, but the boss will try to stun them. And if the boss can't land the stun, then he takes extra damage and he does less damage. Okay, so I've got a decent amount of resist on Hexandra. It'll be more than enough for what we're doing. We're only going to do probably up to 3 or 4. So the boss's first move, he tries to stun Hexandra. If he can't, if it gets resisted, he gets this debuff, backfire, which makes him deal less damage and take more damage. His second move, he switches from sword form to shield form, or vice versa. And then he gets a buff. He either gets into attack up or defense up. And then he does some damage to you. Oh, yeah, he tries to stun you again. If he's in the shield form. If he's in sword form, he just deals some damage to whoever's got the highest attack. And then his ultimate, he dispels all of your buffs. And for each buff he dispels, he gains a stacking damage bonus. So you want to try to avoid bringing buffers to this fight. Or if they're going to use a buff, make sure it's timed right after he ultimates. So some good champs for this. I think the best tank for this is Furbath, because he not only brings attack down, but he can heal the whole team. In terms of buff strippers or buff blockers, you can bring Varesh if you have him, or that free champ, which is what I'm going to end up using from the Pillar of Trials. It's a free epic you can get once you clear all the stages to level 20. Or there's also Jirana, I think her name is. This girl here. Every third basic attack dispels a buff. She also has a defense aura and accuracy penalty. So that helps with the resistance. But then gives a shield to everyone in range. And since you can position anywhere, really, that shield is going to hit your whole team. So it's going to be very strong for protection. And then if you find your damage dealers are getting KO'd, just put them in defense chestplate. So we're actually going to time our attack downs here. See, like, I might need to put all my damage dealers in defense to win. Just because they're taking too much damage. In this fight, it's not so much about how much damage you're doing. It's more about getting rid of his damage buffs and trying to mitigate the damage as much as possible. So, like, I should probably take out the Traveler here. Or change the Traveler to Ice form. Okay, so let's try that again. I've got all of my skills set up in the skill timing. So I'm looking for the shield on Traveler to pop right before the ultimate. Yeah, perfect. Irina and Sigrid have their attack down staggered. And we just got stunned there, which shouldn't be happening. Eventually we'll have Girana instead of the Traveler, and that way we can strip both of the buffs. So right now we're only stripping one, so we're either taking a lot of extra damage or we're dealing less damage. Also, the boss is on an 18-second rotation, so you do need a lot of skill haste. I've got most of my champions in double skill haste sets, but you still need more if you want to keep up with the boss. or bring someone with recharging speed penalty. Like Elvis. I have Elvis at Frost Tank. He would be good for this. Zarloth is pretty good too. I don't know if we're gonna make it. And it's all because of that attack buff. And yeah, my Hexandra keeps getting stunned, so she just barely doesn't have enough resistance. All right, so we got 4 down at least. I don't plan on farming much of this until I have all my champions at level 100. But check it out. I already got some epic stuff. Resistance. Resistance will be good for Hexandra for this dungeon. Accuracy for Sigrid. Just a bunch of extra stats you get once you unlock level 100. Damn, dude. See what this guy's doing here? His tank heals, so he doesn't need a healer. But he's got a shielder here, the attack down, and the buff block. So this is kind of what you're trying to do. Hey, I made it on the board. This guy's pretty much the same as me, but he's got a buff blocker, which is preferable to relying on Irina. Awesome. Okay, we've got some shards to pull. And then I'm going to go do my Vortex run for the day. And then we'll probably wrap it up. Come on, epic. Nice. Who do we got? I think that's dueling. I don't remember looking at this champion before. Takes less damage for every... Okay, so you want him on low hit points to take less damage. 100% chance to taunt. If this was attack penalty too, this would be nice. Okay, so he's a reasonable tank, I guess. I probably won't be rushing to build him for anything, but maybe I'll use him in arena. Once 3v3 arena opens. I figured I'd show you guys this Fae floor that I'm fighting right now. Because, man, it is getting pretty spicy. I'm basically just trying to get attack down on as many of them as I can. And then try to nuke the back waves. Keep my healer alive if possible. And then just when I can, just try to nuke. Try to get attack down out. Yeah, we're getting overrun. I'm gonna try to taunt the Zarloth. Maybe we can kill. Yeah, there we go. That helps a lot. So we saved the heal until some of the damage has come down. Come on. I think I screwed that up. Come on. Just getting perma locked down. I think I had that, but I screwed up by hitting auto, and then my Sigrid wasted her move. Okay, we got defense down on Zarloth. We didn't crit Zarloth, though. And we didn't kill Vaska this time, either. Okay, so there's a good chunk of damage. Heal. Come on, man. Okay, so that's what I should have done the first time. And then taunt all these guys off. Oh, that's painful. Okay. I think we got it. I just need to nuke down this guy. Yes. So this is what I'm dealing with in Fae when you don't have a Garius. Here on floor 30 with the boss. Just gonna use the same setup that we usually do. See how it goes. I think I might still have some leftover food on. So hopefully that helps. Ooh, he's already doing quite a bit of damage right off the bat. We might actually need to bust out the resistance sets. Yep, I'd say that's a failure. I'm going to throw on some resistance, and then we'll see how much easier it is. Okay, so we've got some decent resist on our tank. our healer, and this guy. Basically anyone who's in this group in the front line. I could switch Irina over here. But these guys are getting bonus defense and hit points and stuff from the 3 element affinity. So I think this will be better. I can use a resistance food if I need to. But I'm hoping with just these 3 being really high resist, Hexandra can focus on healing these 2 more. And also the damage won't ramp up quite as fast. But it looks like I'm a little bit low on resistance. It might be just enough to get us through. This is where you really want somebody with like a board wide heal. So like this is where Garius really shines. Or obviously a champion like Jillian, who's got board wide heal plus dispel. Get the last heal off. The other thing I can try, instead of bringing so much damage, I can throw Enna in. Enna instead of Irina. Okay, here's our run with Enna. So it's going to be low on damage, but more healing and cleansing the poisons. So the boss will have more time to ramp up. But we'll also have a lot more sustain. It's not looking too great as of right now. We might just barely squeak by, though. Oh, if he hadn't died there, I think... Well, this way, Hexander's gonna heal the main... the back line. So we might still make it, we'll see. The damage is ramping up pretty significantly now. Okay, she got one last heal off. Yeah, I think we got it. Nice. And I did all of that just so I could get this chest with a scholar scroll in it. So I could give it to Furbath. And get 100% chance to land attack down. It was either going to be that or 10% more healing on his battle skill. Both of which I was fine with. And now I'm going to go do Vortex. Yo, we just got this in the mail. I don't know where it's from. I mean, I don't know why we got it. But you know what that means? We're going to get our first legendary champion right here. We're 3 summons away. Come on. Give me something good. Give me a Mithrasy. Oh, nice. I was just talking about this guy, Latalis. Poison damage and reduces ultimate energy on his battle skill. That's really good. And then his star-shaped healing reduction, or healing prohibition if they're below 50%. He's also got a 24% dungeon aura. He's also got a chance to put on attack penalty 1 whenever he does damage. But let's continue. Summon number 35. Oh, I'm so nervous. Please just don't make it a dog shit legendary. Come on. Who is it? Okay. Okay, it's Lothair. I honestly don't know how good this guy is. I know he's the prime poison damage dealer for Poison Vortex. He is an exclusive as well. So if I ever pull a dupe of him, I could get the exclusive artifact. Jumps up and strikes, dealing... Do you want a lot of enlightenment on him? Follows up with 2 tornado slashes. Rushes towards the enemy, dealing poison damage. Chance to inflict 2 stacks of poison. Okay. When the hero skill deals damage to a target under poison, you do extra damage. And his aura is enlightenment. To be honest, I'm not that excited about him. I know he can be good. And I'll probably end up using him in Arena. But, oh, there could have been so many other fun champs. Maybe he'll be, you know, maybe he'll surprise me. It's hard to say. But in that case, I am going to upgrade... I think I'm going to upgrade my Hochadir. Wait. No, I don't want to do that yet, because what if I just actually decide to run a poison team? Do I even have anybody that can do poisons? When an enemy inflicted with poison dies, their poison spreads, which does absolutely nothing for Vortex. This guy can do a triple poison. Refreshes the duration of poison on one enemy. And then deals damage. It's kind of a gamble building these poison champions on the off chance that it's good. I think you really need a champion called Durango to make a poison team work. Or Twitch or Vakana. So I'm going to stick with my Frost Vortex team for now. And I think we are going to scroll this guy. So we'll throw him in now, get some benefit. Okay, just damage, damn. We missed all the important stuff. Okay, well he's gonna do slightly more damage now. And my Helio, I'm gonna be saving them now into the Drist event to see if maybe I can get Drist. You never know, it could happen. Alright, I'll be back with Vortex. I almost forgot we got another scroll for Furbath. Alright, nice. We got max healing. I would love to get this one next if we can. Hopefully luck is with us. And we've got another one for Usha. Oh, if this lands here, this will be beautiful. Nice. Oh no. Damn. I baited myself. I thought she landed it. We'll get the last one tomorrow. Yeah, right here. We're 30 notes short of this. And tomorrow we get access to Utior, the Violet Dragon. So we'll farm that tomorrow. Alright. Last time, I swear. We're going for Vortex now. Okay, this is the new team. I've got some damage gear on my Frost champs. Damage gear on her. I don't have any crit rate gloves, so just going for attack. Her heal scales off attack anyway. So that's good. She's the one wearing the crown. Megan is just in there for defense up and some healing. And because she's same affinity. The skill timings are set up like so. I do want to give her more time to proc defense down. So we'll go like 18.1, 18.3. So Furbath has a 100% chance to land attack down now. Usha has her ultimate booked. I'm wondering if I should put the crown on Hochadir now. Because if I do that, Hochadir has a 20-second ult. Yeah, 18 seconds. And Usha's is now... Oh, no, wait. I didn't get the... Never mind. I'm stupid. I didn't get the cooldown on her ult. Once I do, I can put the crown on Hochadir. And just have Hochadir and Usha ult together. And Zarloth will just ult on her own. Because all the... like 99% of the damage comes from Usha. So if I can shave 3 seconds off each cast, be well worth it. So I'm going to let this run through. Basically just Zarloth ults, procs the crown. Hochadir ults, puts Frost up and attack up on Usha. And then Usha ults and does a lot of damage. And then Megan just refills her own ultimate meter and casts defense up whenever it's up, basically. With Furbath healing and putting up attack down every once in a while. Alright, I think we're closing in on the end of the run here. So, it doesn't look like we're going to be making it to 8 mil today. Once I have the cooldowns on Furbath and Usha, I can really like dial this run in and like have it alternating defense up and attack down. But it lasts surprisingly long for only having one attack down. I think that's about all we're going to get out of it today. Which is fine. It might put me close to top 20 at least. I could play around with it a bit, but I'm just going to save that. So you see most of the damage is coming from Usha. Hochadir's dealing some good damage now too. And based on yesterday's ranking, puts us almost top 10. Like 5.8 mil. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. That's a wrap. So thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you tomorrow.